Have you ever noticed how you can consciously want to change something in your life, maybe a habit, a belief, a relationship pattern, and yet, no matter how hard you try, you end up falling back into the same cycles? That's not because you're lazy, or unmotivated, or broken. It's because real, lasting change doesn't start at the level of conscious effort, it starts in the subconscious mind. The subconscious is the invisible architecture of your life. It's the operating system behind your daily thoughts, your emotional reactions, your habits, and even your perception of the world. And science tells us that about 95% of our thoughts, behaviors, and decisions are driven by this subconscious programming. Which means if we truly want to change our lives, we need to go beneath the surface, we need to reprogram the code that's been silently running the show. But how do we do that? The first step is awareness. You cannot change what you are not aware of. Most of our subconscious beliefs were formed before the age of 7, when our brains were in theta wave states, highly suggestible, deeply impressionable. That means a lot of your current limitations weren't even chosen by you, they were absorbed from your environment, from parents, teachers, media, culture, and early experiences. So start observing the recurring patterns in your life. Ask yourself, what areas keep repeating? What beliefs might be underneath those patterns? Maybe you believe, I'm not good enough, or money is hard to come by, or love always hurts. These beliefs may feel like truth, but they're actually just old programming. And the moment you see them for what they are, scripts, not destiny, you begin to regain your power. The next step is accessing the subconscious. Because this part of the mind doesn't speak in logic or words, it speaks in images, emotions, and repetition. So to communicate with it, we need to work in its language. One powerful way to do that is through visualization. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one, and visualization allows you to install new neural pathways and emotional blueprints. When you visualize yourself succeeding, healing, feeling loved, or living a new version of life, and you feel it in your body, your subconscious begins to accept that as possible. Pair this with affirmations, but not just empty words, speak affirmations with emotion, with embodiment. Instead of saying, I am confident, while feeling doubt, start with, I am learning to trust myself more every day. Meet your subconscious where it is, and it will follow you into growth. Meditation is another access point. When you meditate, especially in theta or alpha brainwave states, your mind becomes more receptive. This is why guided meditations, hypnotherapy, and breathwork are so effective. They bypass the critical conscious filter and go straight to the source. In these relaxed states, you can plant new seeds. I am worthy. I am safe. Abundance flows to me with ease. Over time, with consistent practice, these new beliefs take root and grow into your default state. But here's the key, the subconscious doesn't change through words alone. It changes through emotion and repetition. You have to feel the truth of the new belief again and again. Think of it like learning a new language. At first, it's awkward. It feels foreign. You might revert back to the old vocabulary. But if you keep practicing, if you keep immersing yourself in the new emotional language, eventually, it becomes natural. You don't have to try to believe it anymore. You are it. There's also a deeper layer to subconscious transformation, and that's inner child work. Because a lot of the subconscious beliefs we carry, especially around safety, love, and worth, come from the wounded parts of us that were never fully seen, heard, or nurtured. When you tend to your inner child, when you validate their pain, soothe their fears, and give them the love they never received, you begin to rewrite the emotional memory that your subconscious is holding onto. It's not about changing the past, but about offering your nervous system a new experience, one of compassion, safety, and acceptance. That's what rewiring is. Also, remember that your environment matters. The subconscious learns through sensory input, the people you're around, the music you listen to, the content you consume. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, criticism, or fear-based messaging, it's going to reinforce limiting beliefs. But if you begin to curate your environment intentionally, uplifting voices, empowering stories, soulful practices, you're feeding your subconscious new data. You're creating an ecosystem of transformation. And finally, be patient. The subconscious doesn't shift overnight. It takes consistency, gentleness, and trust. Think of your subconscious like a garden. You don't plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. You water it. You protect it. You keep showing up, even when you don't see results right away. And eventually, the roots take hold. The flowers bloom. Your inner landscape begins to mirror your conscious desires. So if you're ready to change your life, don't just try to willpower your way through it. Go deeper. Get curious about your patterns. Feel into the beliefs you've been carrying. Speak new truths. Feel them in your body. Nurture the parts of you that have been stuck in survival. And little by little, you will watch yourself rise, not because you forced it, but because you rewired yourself from the inside out. That's the power of subconscious change, and it's available to you right now.